Now we move on to the another exercise 3.5. Here, which of the following statements are true? They have given some statements. Actually, I have written only 4. There are another 4 to 5 statements which I will be covering since we have some space constraint. So I need to explain each and every sentence with suitable examples. Then only you will understand better way. Okay, that is why we will take little, like we will take one question at a time. We will solve it 100%. Then we will move on to the next question. Okay, there is no hurry, nothing like there is nothing like today you have to sit and you have to learn whole mathematics. It's not the way. It is a process. We start by taking single question, we will solve it, we will understand it, then we move on to the next question, we will solve it. Okay, now if a number is divisible by 3, then it must be divisible by 9. They are imposing a condition. They are saying that a number is there, if it is divisible by 3, it must be divisible by 9. Let us take an example of 6. 6 is divisible by 3, right? By 3. Okay, but there is no condition, like there is no possibility it is divisible by 9. 6 cannot be divisible by 9. Okay, so this completely it is false. Not only 6, you can take any number, like you can take 15 also. 15 is divisible by 3, but it is not divisible by 9. You can't divide 15 by 9. Okay, that is wrong. You can take like 21 also. There are a number of examples which we can say that this is false. Okay, now if a number is divisible by 9, then it must be divisible by 3. Yeah, this is obviously true. How it is true? Let us take numbers that are divisible by 9. 18, 27 and 18, 27, 30. Wait. 18 you take, 27 you take, 35, like 45 you take. These all numbers are divisible by 9. Even you take 90 also, these all numbers are divisible by 9. By the same way, these all divisible by 3 also. By 9, by 3. It is well and good. That is true. Okay. So this statement will be true. If any number is divisible by 9, then it must be divisible by 3. But the other way, any number is divisible by 3 may or may not divisible by 9. Okay. Next, coming to third question. A number is divisible by 18 if it is divisible by both 3 and 6. That is also false. Okay. What they are saying is a number is divisible by 18 if it is divisible by both 3 and 6. Let us take an example. Both divisible by 3 and 6 are 12 is a number which is divisible by 3, which is divisible by 6. Okay, but how can you divide 12 by 18? That's completely false, right? 12 can't be divided by 18. Okay, if you want, you can take another example. 3 and 6. 24 you take. 24 also, it is divided by 3, it is divided by 6, but you can't divide it by 18. Okay, that is false. Next, if a number is divisible by both 9 and 10, then it must be divisible by 90. That will be true. Like, how can we tell the statements based on examples only? Okay, let us take a number 180. If you take 180, the divisible by 10 condition is last digit should be 0. This is valid. Divisible by 9 condition we already know. Okay, so this is divisible by 10, this is divisible by 9, and this 180 is also divisible by 90. Why? Because 90 into 2 equal to 180. If you want, you can check with another example of 270 also. Last digit 0 and this 270 also divisible by 9. This is divisible by both 9 and 10, and it is divisible by 90 also. Okay, if a number is divisible by both 9 and 10, then it is divisible by 90, which is true. Okay, remaining we will see the continuation question. Question E is, if two numbers are co-primes, then at least one of them must be prime. Okay, here we have seen the concept of prime, we have seen the concept of co-prime. Okay, prime when a number is said to be a prime number, its factor should be 1 and that number itself. Okay, this I have told you many times. Okay, that is prime. Now coming to co-prime concept. Co-prime concept is it should have only 1 as the highest common factor. Means the common factor between two numbers must be 1. Okay, then we can say that number is, the two numbers are co-prime. Okay, now they are saying if two numbers are co-primes, then at least one of them must be prime. Let us take an example, 35 and 39. 35 and 39, what are the factors for 35? We will find the factors 1, 35, because 1 into 35, 35 into 1, and 7 into 5, so 7 and 5 are the factors. Okay, now coming to 39, 1 is a factor, 39 is a factor, 3 is a factor, and 3 into 13 is a factor. So these are all the factors for 39. How to find out? We have already done. If you don't know how I am doing, please refer my previous videos. Now if you observe here, only it has having common factor 1. 1 is a common factor, that is why these 35 and 39 are said to be co-primes. 35 and 39 are said to be co-primes. But in this statement what they are telling, if two numbers are co-primes, then at least one of them must be prime. Here, in this at least one of them must be prime, but these two are not prime numbers. Why? It is having the numbers like factors other than 1 and itself. It is having extra 7, extra 5, it is having extra 13 and extra 3. So these are not prime numbers, but even though they are co-primes. So this is contradicting to this statement. So this will be false. You understand what they are saying? If a numbers are co-primes, then at least one should be prime, they are saying. But here these two are not prime numbers. Still those two are co-primes. Okay. All the numbers which are divisible by 4 must be divisible by 8. All the numbers which are divisible by 4 must be divisible by 8. This is false. Why? See, 12 is divisible by 4, but 12 is not divisible by 8. Right? You can take 20 also. 20 divisible by 4. Why? Because 5 into 4 or 4 into 5 equal 20. It is not divisible by 8. So that is false. This I am giving you as a homework. This one, if a number is divisible by 8, it must be divisible by 4. You need to tell whether this statement is true or not, true or false. You need to comment down your answer. Now, if a number exactly divides two numbers separately, it must divide their sum. Okay, they are saying a number is there, that number exactly divides these two numbers separately, which means let us take a number 2. 2 divides 30 and 10, right? Means 30 is divisible by 2 and 10 is divisible by 2. Okay, and they are saying it must exactly divide their sum. Okay, then what is the sum of 30 and 10? 30 plus 10 is equals to 40. This 40 is divided by 2. Can number 40 can be divided by 2? Okay, true or false? True, right? So this statement is true. That is what. If you understand the question, then it will be very easy. Okay, if you want, you can take another example also. 18, 12. You take 18 is divisible by 2, exactly half. 12 is also divisible by 2, exactly. So the sum 30 will also be divisible by 2. Okay, nothing much big deal. I left another question also. GHI question I also left. Okay, this I also you need to do homework. You need to write the question in the comments. Okay, completely read the question, understand the question, and write the answer whether that is true or false. Okay, this homework why I am giving to you, because I want to involve you as much as possible, how much ever I can. Okay, that is what main reason, because when you involve, when you read, when you write, when you practice, then only you will get the knowledge. Okay, my intention is not to get marks. Okay, if you want to get marks, just remember true, false, false, true. Okay, that is not the issue. My intention is you need to read the question, you need to understand the question completely. Then with the previous knowledge we have acquired, you should be able to solve the question 100% accurately. Okay, I hope you will do that, because we are learning maths and we are creating our basics very strongly, so that it in the lifetime it will never be destroyed. So all the concepts which you are learning, maybe factors, multiples, prime, co-prime, all the things we will never forget, right? Because we are solving that many number of examples. Okay, keep going.